This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea.
I'm so nervous. The crowd's so big.
Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Hello, America, and welcome to the #1 radio station in all of Fort Myers Beach. Beach Talk Radio. Here are your hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Wow. Folks, I wish we had two cameras, and I know somebody that might help me with two cameras, so you can see the size of the audience today. If the people that run Margaritaville were actually here right now, they could see that this crowd here, right here, is bigger than the crowd right there. So thank you all for coming. We appreciate it, and we do appreciate Margaritaville in more ways than one. Yesterday, when I was going back and forth with some of the folks from the Margaritaville team, I said, do you guys want to give away maybe a coupon or a drink, a free drink or something? And they thought about it. I said, let's give away a free pool pass for everybody that registers for the 5K race. Yeah. And so we had a flurry of registrations yesterday for people that didn't actually even run in the race. That are going to show up at the pool. So if you go on our Facebook page, the registration for the 5K race is going to stay open until midnight tonight. And so that means that share it with your friends. Right now the pool pass is $65. That's what I paid last week for somebody. I'm not sure what it is right now, but if you go on and register for the race, you're getting a free pass for a $30 donation to the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club and a free pink t-shirt. So there's really no downside to that.
Well,
when you go.
We only have 2X t-shirts left.
No, we're going to order more shirts. I know the routine.
Why do you
don't get
stretch it out like this?
No, I know the routine.
People don't want the shirt. They want the pass to the pool.
Yeah, they do want the pass to the pool. And of course, there are limited days. It's going to be certain days. If you go on our Facebook page, you can see that there are certain days to do that. But you have until midnight tonight to register for the race, which is on our Facebook page. And we just want to say thank you all.
But if you register tonight, you're not running.
Yeah.
There's no race.
We're not going to show up tomorrow.
We're not doing this again.
Can I tell you how appreciative we are for the volunteers that come to help us out with these 5K races? Yes. When you show up at 5:30 in the morning and there are 30 volunteers standing around Times Square waiting to do things, it makes life so much easier for everything. So we thank you all for coming out running today, and thank you all for coming to the show today. We appreciate it. We know it's
volunteers,
and all the volunteers, all the sponsors. And right now, what we're going to do before we get to our guests, it's going to be an exciting show today. There's
what you forgot?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
That's going to be number 2. I mean, and I'm going to apologize for my forgetfulness, but there's no show tomorrow with the mayor because it's Mother's Day. And there's no show next Saturday because we're going to Tampa to run a Spartan race, which we haven't run in like 5 years. It's a 5K race at the Raymond James Stadium with 20 obstacles.
3 miles of steps.
It's a lot of running the stadium steps. And I watched the video this morning. There's some carrying around. You got to climb a rope. You got to carry around some jerry cans.
You got to pull the.
We're taking our daughter and her boyfriend. So we'll see how tough this guy is tomorrow, and if he's a keeper or not. So he's 40 years younger than me, so he's probably got a chance.
Not 40
it feels like he is. So, ladies and gentlemen, you might see behind us these brand new boards for
pickleball
cornhole boards. And Scott Allen is joining us. Big hand for Scott.
Yeah.
He's been one of our sponsors for a long time, and he builds great houses, and he clearly builds cornhole boards.
Now,
number 3 for Scott.
Okay.
There you go.
Now, you didn't build that because you build houses, not cornhole things.
I do not know how to build cornhole boards, but I can build houses.
But you can play cornhole. You're very good at that.
Yeah, my son and I play it frequently. He's very competitive, and it's kind of grown like a sport, pickleball. And I think one day it'll end up in the Olympics.
Yeah,
if curling is, I mean, you may as well make cornhole a sport.
I'm going to practice for the Olympics.
Cornhole is like bowling in a way that if you get a 300, your chances are you're going to win. if you get the cornhole in the hole every time, then you're probably going to win, right?
Probably
Like
gonna win.
I have no idea how many points you get for a hole.
You get 3.
You get 3 points for a hole.
And 1 point if you're on the deck.
Okay. Is that like a half a hole?
And you played a
No,
21.
you just get it on the
It's
deck.
21.
One on the board.
I got you. So
The
these
only 21 he knows is,
what?
What?
So the boards are going to be out here in the grass every weekend when we do the show on Saturday. Of course, maybe next weekend when we're not here, but they'll be out here behind. Can you believe this crowd today, Scott? Holy moly,
I
man!
know.
I'm nervous.
These people, I appreciate you all coming out, but you really need to find something better to do with your lives. I mean, holy moly, you're coming out to watch our show.
We're putting in stadium seating here. This is
Can I
great.
spice it up a little bit with the cornhole? So
Yes,
I
go
want to make
ahead.
an offer. I think I
Here we
mentioned
go.
it to you.
Big
So,
offer coming
yeah,
in.
here we go.
So my son is a pretty competitive high school baseball player, but he plays cornhole. And I wanted Ed to pick a time or a time of the month when he wants to have Aiden down here. And I'm going to offer anybody that wants to challenge Aiden $200 to beat him. And if you could beat him by more than 10, $500. You don't have to put the same money up against me, but it's going to spice the show up maybe afterwards or something.
Yeah.
So we'll set it up where he comes down. Right? Does he live in town?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll set it up.
He's 16.
Oh,
What do you
okay.
think, he's living abroad?
You never know. Maybe he's building some kind of fort at a college like
Good.
everybody else does these days. But we'll set the boards up. We'll have him come down and before the show, or maybe we'll do it right in front of the show
pick
because
somebody.
nobody's
Yeah,
paying
anybody,
attention
yeah.
to the show half
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at these people, they're on their phones. Okay, so we appreciate you sponsoring the boards and bringing them out. And tell everybody a little bit about how you're helping rebuild Fort Myers Beach, Scott.
Yeah, so we've always been involved in this area. You know, my office is right off at the Man Caves in Iona McGregor here, but building a lot of residential. We've got about 20 homes going on right now with about 8 more in permitting. Really want to get into the commercial sector. That's going to take some time as the economy changes. But we're here to stay. We focus most on the north end from Publix North and Iona McGregor. That's our territory. It's been that way forever and ever. But we're excited to see where the beach is going. I think the leadership that's in place and how that's evolving could get exciting. But I mean, nobody better than
what do you mean
this
by
guy
that? What
right
do you mean
here.
by that? What do you mean by
Well,
that?
we got election year, so you want to talk about politics? I could be here all day.
Just a smidge, not national politics, but are you on the Scott train or are you on the Greg
No, I'm not
Skazni
getting
train?
involved. I'm building a house right next to Skazni, and I saw Scott the other
You
day.
brought up the local politics, and you don't want to talk about the local
You want
politics.
Biden and Trump? I mean, that's a big
No.
I think we all know where that ends
If
up.
you
I'll
had
talk
to,
about Dan. I'll talk about Dan right now.
well,
That's what-
wait, no.
Yeah.
So if you had to vote between Scott and between Greg tomorrow, who would you vote for?
You're not getting an
Oh,
answer.
yeah, you're not getting. I don't even vote on the beach. I don't live on the beach.
There you
It's
go.
all-
So it's not even
There
that
you go.
important.
It's all. Neither do I, and people tell me that all the time.
So
But
then who would you vote for?
well, I'd have to think about it.
Oh,
Wait.
speechless, I think.
I have to be a neutral observer because I want the
Oh,
candidates to feel
okay.
fair when I'm asking them the questions. So
Mhm.
I think it would be interesting to see those two debate before all four get in the arena and
Scrum.
scrum together. So
I think
because they're on
debates are
different sides of development.
You got to see both ends, and there's no more important time than now.
Yeah.
That's going to be helped.
So let me just extrapolate this out a little bit. You're a developer.
Yeah.
So you're kind of pro development.
Yes.
So you're probably a Scott guy.
Well, if he's going to be pro development, it depends because then you're going to go higher and wider on the beach, and I'm not in support of that.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So you're on the fence guy right now. Good answer. Good answer. All right. So how can people get in touch with Bayside and get in touch with you if they want to build with you or
So
how?
Allen Development Group is our big commercial development entity, and Bayside Building is our GC company. We work exclusively with one another. You'll see more Bayside signs on the beach, but you can come to my office right over. You got to come see our setup if you want to see what we're all about. It's right at the Man Caves. But you can go to BaysideBuildingFL.com, check out our floor plans, and just come talk if you're looking to build something because we can do it all.
Thank you very much to Scott Allen. Thank you for the new boards and feel free.
Not cornhole things. You don't build
Yeah.
cornhole boards.
And feel free to play the game out there if you want to. If you're too bored with the show, which I totally would understand, have at it. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you
5%
so much.
Yes. And we are trying to, there's this whole single district thing that's going on in Lee County. And we're trying to set it up with a few people, and we're going to do it at the Man Caves because Scott really gets into the politics more than the local. So we'll keep you in the loop on that.
What are you going to set up?
We were
Like a
trying to set
debate
up a
for-
debate between Cecil, Pendergrass, who's the Lee County representative, who's against the single member district, and Matt Caldwell, who's in favor of it. So, but that's a different story for a different day. Folks, so we spend the last 6 months, or for the most part, I don't want to throw her under the bus because she had nothing to do with it, organizing a 5K to help the women's club. And
I think you threw me under the bus right there.
No. I'm trying to take the blame here. And so you do all these things.
So that is translated. He did all of the work,
No.
which I totally would have said anyways.
What I'm trying to say is I made the mistake. So, and the reason that you do these kinds of events, and thank you everybody for coming, is you want to give the money away. You want to make a big deal about giving the money away. So you give the awards out, and then after you give the awards out, you give the money away. Of course, we were waiting for Jason.
You were so
It's Jason, right?
Oh, yes.
To come across the finish line.
Yes.
He's 93 years old. He was the last guy to come across the finish line today. And I forgot to do the check presentation at the Times Square. And we broke everything down and put everything in the truck. And I was like, oh, shoot. We forgot to do the check. And we bought a big check and everything. So nobody said anything. You think I can rely on Mary for one thing? I mean, if you flick her in the ear, she's going to tackle you. That's for damn sure. So, but that's an inside joke. Come on down, ladies, from the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club. Yes. Am I not allowed to say ladies? Are you criticizing me for saying ladies? Is that politically incorrect these days?
The women from the Women's Club.
Coming on down. Thing. Mary and Megan are coming down. We're going to make a wrong right by giving them. Thank you, guys. You staying? How do you like the room? Nice. Yeah. Look at your view. You get a view of this dinky little podcast. I bet you didn't know you were going to get a show like this, right? Have you gone to the pool yet? Yeah. Very nice, right? Stay away from Travis. He's a little weird. I'm kidding. We love Travis. He's a good guy. I'm kidding. All right, ladies. I'm just trying to kill time here. Welcome. And I apologize for forgetting to give you the money.
You know, I think it's because you have like flashbacks from when I took the last big check and didn't give it back to you.
That's right.
So this is our fourth race. The first race, I bought one of these big checks and I thought, well, we'll keep doing the race. We'll give them the check, the fake check, take the fake check back, and then give them the real check. Well, she never gave me the fake check back. So now I got to go on Amazon and buy them all.
I took it. It was the first one for FMB Strong.
Yeah.
And I took it right over and we put it up on the wall.
Yeah. So now I don't even use the erasable marker. I just use a regular marker and write on it because I know I'm never getting the big check
and
back.
He gave me a lot of crap for keeping that check.
Now we just give them out that way. So I apologize for not giving you guys the check. And there was something I was going to say, but I've totally forgotten. So
wow. You need that ginkgo biloba.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys letting us raise money for you. And now we're going to give you the check, which is for a measly $5,000. Now, if anybody wants to take a picture so that you can, I know what I was going to say. I know what she thought when I didn't give her the check. She goes, boy, that Ed's acting just like Roger. Oh, you got that right. All right. No comment. All right. So just so everybody knows, if you flip it over, the actual check is right there. So now
just for anybody who's, those inquiring minds who want to know where the money goes.
I wish it could have been. I wish it could have been more money. And we actually did get more registrations after the announcement about the free pool pass. So I'm thinking there's going to be more money next week. So if there is, we'll just call you up and bring over some more money.
There'll be no more big check, though. No, I know. No.
That's the only big check.
No, I expect multiple big checks every time.
Can you tell this crowd and people that are watching what the Women's Club does with the money they raise?
You get to do it. I did it last week. You do it this week.
Well, first, we want to thank all the sponsors that donated and all the people that bought the stuff off our wish list, because that saved us lots of money to go with. And thank you for all that, because this will actually go into our building fund. We did talk about this 2 weeks ago, so I won't be so specific because I know you have more stuff going on. But our mission is so that we support other nonprofits on the island. We do that through two big other fundraisers. One is the Putt and Pub Crawl, which if you haven't seen it, it's a riot. You have 300 people running around in costumes from bar to bar down here. And then we also do our Christmas tree festival where nonprofits participate put in their Christmas trees, and we get sponsorships. And so on top of whatever any nonprofit makes on their whole or their Christmas tree, we also do sponsorship sharing. And that's how we support the nonprofits.
Sweet. And you're getting ready soon to announce your capital campaign.
We're hoping, in 3 more months that
Yeah.
we're going to be ready to kick it off. We're doing a lot of behind the scenes work.
And
For anybody that doesn't know, the Women's Club building was totally destroyed in Hurricane Ian. The property you had to demolish whatever was left. It's totally flat right now. There's nothing on it. And the goal is to hopefully build a new building.
Absolutely.
Which is a shame because that building.
Oh, it was so
had
nice.
been
It was
there-
so unique.
Yeah.
It was so unique.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the old school?
First schoolhouse.
First schoolhouse.
Have you guys been to the pool here yet?
Maybe.
You want to go later?
It's a nice pool.
Do you want to go later?
It's
No,
excellent.
I don't ever want to go again.
If you
I
put the
know.
alligators
I know
away.
you've been there.
It's really a nice time over there. So thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank you
everything.
having us.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having
support.
us.
And we hope to bring you more money next week. So thank you.
Perfect.
you.
Big hand for the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club, everybody. There's a lot of stuff going on this island, and if you actually get a chance to either ride your bike or walk or drive up and down the side
Don't bring
streets.
bikes up.
What?
Don't bring bikes up.
Yeah,
Everybody's
no, we're not going to talk about the electric bike thing today, but if you get a chance, I mean, if you go down every side street, there's residential rebuilding going on every side of the street, and it's so nice to see. Not so much with the commercial, but there is one that's about to change the tune of that when it comes to commercial. But it's nice to see things being rebuilt all over Fort Myers Beach. It's hard to believe it's been 20 months already since Hurricane Ian. And right now we're going to tell you about, I think, the first new building from one that's actually been destroyed and demolished on Fort Myers Beach is going to be the Whale. Everybody loves the Whale, loved the Whale. On Friday, I think next weekend, the entire weekend is going to be a groundbreaking weekend. These people are just so in tune to the community. They do things for the community. They've sponsored our
Not
show.
only the community, but people.
Yeah,
in
they
the
love
community.
people. Yeah. And they've sponsored our show. Let me tell you something. They sponsored our show for the last year without any businesses. They've been there for us. Mike and Dawn Miller. I mean, you guys, last time we saw you was, yeah.
I
Still
saw you
morning.
over there taking your last shots of courage.
Oh wait, that's gonna be be warm. Yeah.
I had some tears in my
Thank
eyes.
you.
too.
Oh,
What were you crying about?
So this couple right here, when I evacuated over, it's going to make me cry again. When I
nice
evacuated
job.
over to Fort Lauderdale, I was very alone. It was just me and the dogs. I didn't know anybody.
Where was
and
Mike?
He stayed here.
Stayed here
You dumbass.
And when I
Why
went
did you
to
stay
leave,
here? What were you thinking?
Let
because I
finish.
can.
Well, I don't want her to cry.
Well,
yeah.
let her finish.
Well,
Do you
but
need me
when
to
I
hug?
went-
Do you need me to hug you?
No,
Okay.
No one
when I
needs
went to
that.
leave the hotel, I was just in a bad place.
Sure.
And I met this couple right here as we were leaving.
When you say which one are we?
Right here, these two.
okay. John and
Shut
Kat.
you off.
And the husband said to me, "You look like you need a hug,"
Yeah.
and I very much did.
Ladies and gentlemen, John and Kathy Nash. Please stand up.
And,
Please stand
yeah.
up. Please stand up. Right here. Great members
Very
of the
good people.
community right here.
Yeah,
They do a
yeah.
lot of stuff for
That
the
was
community.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna hug John after the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good.
John just ran for the hills. If anybody.
So holy shit, rebuilding. How crazy is that, man? Finally, we're putting shovels in the ground. How do you feel about that, bro?
Well, it's going to be a
Bro.
heart wrenching thing when it actually,
Yeah.
when the pilings go into the ground. So we'll see what happens. The sooner it goes up, the sooner we can be reopened and have another local watering hole for people.
Yeah.
Well, and he might have one of your taps because after the storm,
Let me
down there. Okay.
Yeah, let me
Well,
tell
God-
this- there, you
God
can't-
forbid
but
you
you
let
can't-
me get a story
But you
in
can't.
here.
The thing that you don't understand about radio is you can't just jump into a
Okay.
story without telling the background. Not
You
everybody.
have told this story.
No,
so
I know I
many
did, but
times.
my boss in radio when I was working at the magazine said
'Cause your
never.
boss at home is
Right.
sitting to your left.
She said he always said to me, never assume everybody understands the story from the beginning. So when the storm hit, we were with the mayor. He wasn't the mayor at the time, I don't think, but we were with Dan,
No.
and we were walking down. What street was it? Palermo. We were looking for water cases,
Palermo or Primo?
and you
One of-
couldn't walk down the streets at the time. You had to
There
walk
were no streets at
through
the time.
somebody's backyard, or I mean,
over their roof.
I mean, and so, and it was kind of surreal because you saw unbroken bottles of liquor or cases of beer or things, because you knew everything from all the bars and restaurants had just pushed toward the bay. And I found a tap that I still have in my office that I think was part of the whale that I hope to bring back when you guys do the groundbreaking. And so we found it on Palermo, and I have no idea why I told that story. Where are we going with all that?
Well, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I remember coming to the whale. Now, remind people how long you owned the whale before the storm.
3 months.
3 months. So I remember coming to the opening, like you did
Right.
a soft opening. I still go back to those pictures, and it blows my mind. I mean, it's like a whole different world now. But anyways, we're
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Well, before we move on, so you buy the whale,
Here we
which is everybody. It's one of the favorite places on Fort Myers Beach, and we did the 4th of July parade from in front of your place, and it was the best time. Everybody was having the best time of their life. The storm comes through. And when you guys first return to that place and look at it, what do you, I know I ask people this all the time because it's so surreal, but what went through your mind?
Well, I saw pictures of it. Somebody sent me a picture. It was on CNN. It said Estero Boulevard, the whale, and it had a before and the after. So I knew what it looked like when I was in Lauderdale. But actually, our first time at the whale, my first time, Mike saw it 2 days after, or a day after he walked up there.
Yeah, day.
But my first time, you drove by and asked if we had any cold beer. Do you remember that?
I do not.
Yeah, you drove by. Yeah, and
I
said,
don't.
"You got any cold
I-
beer?"
I don't
Was
remember.
he on his bike?
Yeah, I think
I was on my bike.
Yeah,
I don't
was the
remember a
bike then.
lot from those
Yeah, it was-
first few
yeah.
days after
You
that.
don't remember a lot in general, but clearly not from those days.
Well,
Me
see,
too.
when you people laugh at what she says, it really cuts into me like that. It's like I have to up the Ozempic or whatever. Is there some kind of depression weight loss drug I'm on or some kind of crazy?
Well, one of the things too about
Is
the
that
whale,
a depression drug, Ozempic?
No,
or
it's
is that
a weight loss
think-
drug.
It's not a weight loss drug. It was like something they gave to pets or something, right?
Okay, can you let him
Yeah,
talk?
that's all right.
Diabetes.
So after the hurricane,
Yeah.
one of the things I found out about the whale is that there was the original whale built in 1947, a nice small part, and then there was 3 additions on the sides and back that were put on, and every one of those additions were gone. But the original 1947's building was still standing, except it was like imploded and collapsed into itself.
Crazy.
So it goes
Yeah.
to show how good you build back then, but
Yeah.
what they built in the future was toothpicks.
So
But now you're going to be building something
yeah,
super
before you get to that,
fantastic.
Yes.
before you get to that, we go through show prep like this is how you lead people to the next question, and she totally ignores it. Like she just doesn't pay attention to how the
I know,
show's
but
supposed to
then
roll.
Eventually, the show
Dear,
is going to be
we're not
ending
doing
at
a
2:30.
we're not doing a show tomorrow. Who gives a crap? If these people are bored,
dogs.
they'll go home. I mean, what are these people gonna do? They got nowhere else to go. No, so
Check, please.
no. The next question before that is one of you didn't want to rebuild. Which one was it? I can't remember. One of you said, "Screw this, we're out of here."
I think it was that guy.
That was you, right? You were like,
Yeah.
and she talked you into staying, right? Most
There-
people
there
don't
was
know
no-
that.
There was no talking into.
Come
I
on,
was
man.
like,
Tell,
no,
tell
no.
the Dawn. Tell the truth.
No,
Well,
she did
no,
not
she
talk me
said
in.
it,
She
and
did
he
not talk
did
me
it.
into it. It wasn't a choice.
Right.
I see. Okay.
It wasn't a choice.
It's completely
Because
different.
because you're sitting on prime real estate right there. I mean, Terry Prasad will buy it. I mean, he's got more money than anybody on this planet. He's just buying up everything. So but you decided you wanted to stay.
Mhm.
You put together this really cool plan of 3 stories. Now you guys feed out video of the place. I mean, you're good at social media.
Thank you.
Tell us about the new building and what we're going to see.
Well, on the first floor is going to be open air concept, and that's where also the kitchen's going to be. Kitchen will be hurricane proof. Actually, all 3 floors are going to be concrete all the way up. Then the second floor will be all enclosed in glass, and that'll be soundproof, and that's where the bands will be playing till probably 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Then the third floor is open air concept again. Big, huge tiki hut in the center. On each side, we'll have a louver system so that If it starts to rain, the louvers will automatically shut. Then we can put shades down.
Yeah. First, she doesn't know what a louver is, so can
That's
you
okay.
explain
I
it?
do know what
Yeah.
a louver
Well,
is.
this way, because about anytime it rained at the old whale,
Yeah.
we would have to shut down the
Yeah.
entire upstairs.
Yeah.
So this way we can utilize it year round.
We did the first presentation for Margaritaville, I think, on the third
Oh, my
floor of the
Lord,
whale.
Yep.
And the wind, it was a wind, crazy wind
Yeah.
tunnel up there. So
All right, so we were in contract to buy the whale when you guys did that.
oh, you didn't own
Yeah.
it at the time.
No, we did
Yeah.
not own
Oh,
it.
Marty
yet.
still owned
Yeah.
it. Oh,
yeah, Marty
cool.
still owned
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Man, we were trying to figure out how to get the
Yes.
TV to work with the internet and the whole
Yeah.
thing because it was such a big deal. All we knew is that you could see from the whale, like you could see what was being built over here. Now, I mean, it's crazy how time flies. Now this place, what do you guys think of this place? It's all right, right? It turned
This
out
place
okay.
is great.
Yeah.
One of the great things about this place
This
too.
little resort.
Yeah.
One thing great about Margaritaville here is once the whale's rebuilt, not only that we're going to have great views of sunsets,
Yes.
but we're going to have a great view of that this awesome Margaritaville pool.
Yeah, yeah.
It is,
Oh
that
my
is a
gosh, yeah.
gorgeous pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And,
true.
and just so I don't know if you noticed that there, but there are more people here watching the show than
Oh,
there
my
are over
Lord.
there at the restaurant. I
I know
mean,
you
I don't
love
know.
that, Ed.
It's crazy. It's crazy how crazy this show has gotten. So the groundbreaking is Friday. It's Saturday. It's like you have a whole 3-day event going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us.
Yeah, go
Friday
ahead.
is
All right, I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh, I
So Friday, the groundbreaking ceremony, which it's purely ceremonial because our ground is broke. But so that starts at 1:00, and then we have entertainment starting at 2 and goes until I think 10 p.m. And then Saturday we open up. We have bands playing all day. We have a dunk tank, and the proceeds are going to go to the Beach Kids Foundation. Then the same thing on Sunday. We open up 9 a.m., bands all day. We close earlier on Sunday.
Nice.
And that money will go to the Louis P. Tabarini Children's
Cool.
Outreach
Yep.
Foundation.
We had Bob on the show a
Yep.
couple weeks ago.
Are you
Just-
gonna have the dunk tank both days?
Yep.
Yes.
both days.
I'm already in.
Oh,
He's in.
1:00 on Sunday, I'll be at the dunk tank, but it'll be $100 a ball if you plan on throwing
Oh,
that ball,
please.
because I'm sure it's going to be
He's
thrown
in.
at me.
And if you hit it first try, you get your money back.
Oh.
So, oh wow. So,
No, you don't get your money back.
so you guys are really the first new construction of a commercial building from ground to zero, like from rebuild. Like you're the first. You're going to be the first shovels in the ground.
First restaurant?
Yeah.
Commercial property.
Right,
yes,
commercial,
absolutely.
yeah, residential is going on crazy right now.
Yeah.
So when you put the shovels in the ground, when will you be open? That's all people care about.
Well, our builder, Fowler Construction, said that there could be 12 to 14 months.
Oh
But
my
he said that's
God,
gonna
you
be-
got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but he did say it's going to be
Well-
that's a conservative amount. He doesn't want to.
Why does it take so long, Mike? Why does
under-deliver.
it take so long? Why not 6 months, man?
Have
Well,
you built a
Why not
building
20,
before?
24 hours a day?
What
Work
we need to
24
do,
hours
what
a
we
day.
need to do is have a 3D printer come in and just build the damn
There you
thing.
go.
12 to 14 months.
Darn thing.
Wow. So we're looking at, she's not going to, that Matchbox car has been up on that roof for the last month. That has not moved.
I
Did
see
somebody,
it.
did you
I know.
remember that the last time you were here? That Matchbox car. I remember seeing that there now.
Squirrel?
Yeah.
No,
So you go May, so May 20,
Thank
so May 25.
Yeah.
June 20. So
That's perfect timing.
yeah, because you get a
because we're-
soft opening
Get a
into the
soft
season.
opening, and then we'll get
Yeah.
ready and prepped for season.
Are you going to sell Blue Moon by chance, or
Oh yeah, probably
yeah?
in a bottle.
Do you want it
Yes,
there?
yes,
Yeah.
please.
We'll
What
make
is
sure we have it.
for people? What is the menu going to be?
Pretty much the same as what the whale was previously.
We
Chef
actually
Reese.
have good news. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Chef Reese has agreed to come back.
oh my
With
gosh,
his
Chef
spoon.
Reese!
Well, the spoon
Well,
is gone.
We,
Wow.
we may have to donate a spoon when he comes
yes,
first day.
Yes.
Here we go again with
It
you
won't be
assuming
$52.
All
you
right.
assuming people understand the
Well,
spoon
you're not
story.
even giving me a chance.
We had Chef
Which
Reese.
spoon
You gotta
story
lead
do you
into
want to
this.
tell?
We not that spoon story that
Okay.
she's thinking. That's
All
for
right.
when she needs to really. If I do something wrong, there's a bad spoon story
Yep.
about me. So anyway, we had Chef Reese on our show at Pete's Timeout
Yeah.
Yep.
when you first hired him.
Yep.
And I don't know how we got into this discussion about how much would you pay for a utensil? Because chefs, that's what they work
have
with.
special stuff, special knives, and then we got into. He said he has a special spoon, And what was it? He
I
spent
asked him
like
how much.
$70.
Yeah,
on the
$70
spoon.
on a spoon.
But
It's
it's like the spoon that puts the real
Schmear.
pretty
Yeah.
thing
The
around the
schmear.
edge. Yeah.
And the spoon was lost in the storm. He lost the spoon in
Yeah.
the storm,
And I
which
think
is
one of his favorite meals was either macaroni and cheese or something
Yes, I
from
know.
McDonald's. And we were
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
what? He's
so
a
when
chef.
when we have Chef Reese on the show,
Yeah.
we're gonna raise money to buy him a new spoon.
That's
Maybe a
great
whole
idea.
spoon
Great
set.
idea.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
Silver spoon.
He's
Yeah.
such a good guy.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
is.
where
He
has he
was-
been
yeah.
working since then?
I believe he works for a like a restaurant company and does ordering right now.
Nice.
He's
And,
not
he-
cooking, but
he's
he's
not
ready
Oh,
to.
he's not cooking?
No.
Wow, that's got to be killing him. A
Oh.
chef
Yeah.
that's not cooking. Wow. So when you guys put the shovels in the ground, start construction, you don't have the entertainment tent at the Whale, which you'll be moving to Sandy Bottom, which
Yep.
is where the old Tuckaway Cafe used to be.
Correct.
So
yeah.
Yep.
aside from the tent with the entertainment, you guys have put together this plan for the Sandy Bottom that's coming to the LPA on Tuesday.
Right.
Yep.
Do you get any vibe from the LPA how they're gonna feel with the outdoor tiki? They got an outdoor tiki that's gonna be right over the old Tuckaway Cafe, almost to Estero Boulevard.
Mhm.
How
Very-
cool
very
is
close,
that going to be?
About 3 to 5 feet from the
Yeah.
from the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And about 2,000 square feet.
Nice.
The
Nice.
building's 4,000 square feet.
So how do you make that? Is there going to be an outdoor bar, or how does that work?
Yeah,
with
we
the-
plan on putting an outdoor bar in.
Nice.
We haven't designed it yet, but
Yeah.
we've just got the permit to just clear out the inside of the building and start getting the renovation started.
So the inside of the building before was a restaurant and an ice cream shop.
Yes.
It's all going to be a
And a
restaurant.
little brewery. They had a brewery.
Well,
out
that was
there
part of-
before.
brewery.
That was
brewery
part
as
of
well.
Tuckaway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's all we're going to clear the whole place
What'd
out.
you pay for that property again?
Pennies.
No, it's public. It's
Yeah.
2.1 million or
3.1 million.
3.1 million. Yeah. So, man, you got money. Where'd you get your money from? No shit. No, where'd you get money from?
Believe it or not, I started
Please
Well,
don't say
well,
Bitcoin.
well,
No.
no.
Bitcoin.
Well, believe it or not, I started
No, I believe it.
19 or 20 years old. I was buying and selling used copiers to third world countries.
Come on.
I did it for
Wow.
You
20.
just made that up, man.
No, I
You
didn't.
just
You
made
can't
that
make
up.
that
Wait,
stuff
yeah,
up.
who's gonna pull that out of the air?
I know.
I just want to tell
You-
you that
we
when
did-
I met Mike, he didn't have two nickels to rub
Rub
together.
No,
Wait, so you're selling used copiers to like
third world countries,
name
mainly India and China, and then
you made money at that?
made a ton of money. And then,
How did that's
from-
what's the shipping cost? You send it to
It did-
UPS or you? I mean, how you sending it?
we'd load
Containers.
40-foot containers, high cubes, and build 2 levels inside out of wood, and then ship them
Ship it
over to
over.
primarily India and China.
Okay, so how did you come up with that idea?
Actually, when I was 21 years old, I met a guy at a place called Bank One Remarketing,
Yeah.
and by the name of Zach Herman. He's passed away since, and he got me into the industry, and we lasted.
Oh,
a
it's an industry selling
No.
used printers to third world
Yeah.
countries. Who
Well,
knew?
it used to be.
It was- at the time, it wasn't going overseas.
Yeah.
Then we started getting him over, taking him overseas, and then we lasted 27 years. Well, him
Wow.
and I had a falling out a year later.
Did you kick his ass?
Oh no,
No.
I just
So-
took all of his employees.
So what is the best year you've ever had selling used printers to a third world country? Like what's the top revenue? What's the ceiling in selling
Here
used
we
printers?
go.
Oh, we do, I don't know, $7 to $10 million a year in business.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
so where do you find a used printer?
We buy them from
Not
banks, leasing
anymore.
companies, and major manufacturers.
Oh my God, it just sounds like so much work.
Yeah. Well, from that, we closed it down in 2018.
And how much were you worth at that point, 2018?
It doesn't matter.
No, really. I mean, these
No,
people
no.
are very interested in that
Yeah.
kind of
You're
question.
the only one that's interested in this.
Well, everybody, look at the raising their hand. Like, so,
From there, we bought into my father-in-law's business,
Yeah.
Larry Thomas. He's right back there.
yeah,
My dad.
He owns a company called 10X Incorporated. He's a metal fabrication company.
metal fabrication.
We
Oh,
ma-
I used to be a metal fabricator back
Yep.
when I was 21
my
too.
We made-
I mean, I didn't think it was going to be as lucrative as podcasting, so I
Yeah.
got out of it real quick.
So we bought into it and about 10, 12 years ago. And
When you bought in, how much did you have to buy in for?
enough.
Come on, man, you're not playing
And-
along today.
Then we
Usually
love
play
it.
along.
We
Somebody
turned
get him a
around.
drink, please.
Yeah.
since then we bought a stamping plant in Tennessee as well.
Of course, you have a stamping plant.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Stamp? What do you stamp?
We stamp parts. Yeah.
You
For like
stamp
Ford
parts.
and
So,
Nissan.
how much you worth right now? What's your worth? What do you think you're worth? You put a Lamborghini in front of the Whale.
more than $1.
You put how many?
More than $1, less
and
than
you
a
only-
billion.
Yeah, we're thousandaires.
Oh, there
We
you
were
go.
thousandaires.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So, and we manufacturing plant's doing great.
So, do you have any plans to buy more buildings or property on Fort Myers Beach? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Where?
Yes.
Where?
Yes.
Not answering.
Will it be a restaurant? Will it be? Can you buy the old Junkanoo, please, and knock it down? I mean, can you please spruce up the place for us so we don't have to look
I
at
like
that
it the way
eyesore?
it sits.
No,
You
we
really?
don't. No,
Yeah.
we
You're
don't.
kidding
But I would
me.
love to
It's
get
great
that
curb
glass.
appeal.
I would
Yeah.
love to get that etched glass that's still up there.
Is there etched
Great.
glass up there?
Yeah.
So when might you close on new property?
There's one that might be in about 45 days.
45 days.
We're not
Will,
sure yet.
Stay
will it
tuned.
be between Times Square and Red Coconut? Yes or no?
It's in Lee County.
Nice.
Come on.
He has learned
Hey,
so
I have
much.
narrowed it down
Yes.
pretty good.
Is it off the
You
beach?
have learned so much from being
one
on the
is.
show.
One's off the beach?
Yeah.
All right. So when Sandy Bottoms, when you go to the LPA, let's say the LPA loves Sandy Bottoms. By the way, the neighborhood company is representing Sandy Bottoms, which
Yep.
is Patrick Van Ness's company,
Yep.
who lives on the island, who resigned from the LPA because he's got so much business. And he does design the right way for Fort Myers Beach. He's also designing the cottage. He's also designing Myerside.
Yep.
He did the 7-Elevens. You guys are gonna
Wow,
have a
you're
nice.
doing an ad for them.
No, I love Patrick. You guys are gonna
Yeah,
have a
he's a good
nice
guy.
new
You better be
7-Eleven.
sponsoring you.
Nice new. No, he doesn't spend any money with us. He's got a nice new 7-Eleven next to you guys. That whole corridor, when it gets rebuilt, is going to be super cool.
It would look a lot nicer, and I think the town ought to consider putting royal palms all the way down both sides of the streets.
You think?
Yeah. I think
Yeah, well-
Where are the bikes gonna go,
Yeah.
Mike? Don't even start.
I thought we
Do
weren't going to
not
talk
even
about the
start.
bikes.
Hey, e-bikes should be on the beach and on the sidewalk with speed
How they gonna
limits.
fit with Royal Palms?
You got to move them in a little bit.
I think the town.
Put them on the. Put
I
'em in
know
the street.
I know the mayor is trying to get on top of it, but the town is going to start to beautify the north end, which is the only really part of the Estero Boulevard that they own. If they would just hire Rose and let Rose do all of the landscaping on the north part, everything would look beautiful. So when do you think you might be able to open Sandy Bottom if you get the okay from the LPA?
The LPA. Well, we're hoping to open within the 5th or 6th
23rd, I believe.
Of what month?
this
Right.
month.
But it won't. It'll be under the
Wow.
tent.
Be under the tent.
Under the
No,
tent.
no. I mean, when you
The
guys
yeah.
redo the whole building and the
5 to
tiki-
6 months.
Well, you might be open at Sandy Bottoms before you
Yes.
are open here.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Holy
Oh,
smokes!
yeah.
Well, they've
wow.
got
The
a
building's already
building
standing.
there.
The roof
Yeah.
doesn't even leak when we
Yeah,
bought it.
yeah.
That's why I bought
Crazy.
the place because
He's not a
it's well under the
contractor. He
50%
doesn't
rule.
understand
No,
that.
no.
There's a building there. There's not a building there. The
Eh.
details you don't pay attention to.
tomato.
That's
So
right.
what else do you want?
Billionaire, thousandaire.
How much really do you
Oh,
have?
for
How much you have in your pocket
good
right now?
God.
How much cash you
He's-
carry around?
He doesn't carry any
Yeah,
money.
it's cashless here, by the way. Just so you know. So, are you? Would you say you're a millionaire?
$309.
Are you a millionaire or a multimillionaire?
Oh, for God's sakes.
What would you say?
I can guarantee you I am worth $309.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right. Is your dad gonna answer questions better than he is if I bring him on the show?
Probably not. Probably not.
You guys-
He's
You
laughing.
guys are so awesome for the community. You're doing great things, and we can't wait for both of those places to open. I appreciate you putting up with my crap. And anything else you want people to know about
So
Friday,
maybe,
Saturday,
like,
and Sunday?
by Memorial Day, you'll be up and running at Sandy Bottoms if everything goes through.
When's that?
The end of May.
Yeah, with the tent, you mean?
With the
yeah.
tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
you were.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about
No,
with
no,
the
no.
inside the building.
No.
And just so
Well,
everybody,
we're supposed to open. So we're closing at the Whale on the
Yeah.
19th. We're supposed to open Thursday at Sandy Bottom.
oh,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Which I mean, there's not a lot of action down there. I know the food truck right next to. I always forget that
Heavenly Biscuit.
Heavenly Biscuit is always open right down there, and they do a great job. And so just let us know when you guys are open so
Yeah.
we can blast it out there. Not that you need our help because you're so good at social media.
Oh no, you do a great help for this community and
Oh, thank
us
you.
and
Yeah, we
everyone.
appreciate
So,
you
guys.
too.
No, we love the
Stop,
relationship
stop.
that we
Give them
have
a
with
round
you
of
guys.
applause,
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
thank you.
Yeah,
Lord.
for sure.
Let's all have a drink, everybody.
Now,
Thank you.
Is that a blue moon?
of course.
It is. It is. So thank you guys for coming on, and we
Thank
will
you.
see you in the dunk tank on Sunday, and we will be at the what 1 o'clock. When are you actually doing the shovels in the ground on Friday, so anybody can come
Well,
if they
the
want to.
ceremony starts at 1.
1 o'clock.
It'll probably be about maybe 30 minutes. We got some speakers. And
Who's going to
Right.
speak? You have a list of the speakers.
Jackie Lissick is going to be
Mhm.
our MC. We have Mayor
What
Dan.
about me? What I mean,
Do you want to speak?
No, well, no, I don't want to speak. I just figured an MC. You want an
Well, I
MC?
thought I would have asked you, but I
Jeez.
thought you were going to
I get no
televise
respect in this community.
my
No respect at all.
groundbreaking event.
I could be an
Just
MC.
saying.
You probably don't want me to be the MC. Jackie's going to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jackie's
much
always
more
good, so-
professional anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I would love
Wow.
to have you to been it so you could wear that yellow jacket and slacks.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
I did.
You're
I did.
groveling and begging.
She
is not a
only
good
burned
look
one
on
set.
you.
Everybody, I have a backup set that she didn't know I had. So
What of the
the
suit?
yellow suit.
Oh.
Yeah. I bought the extra tight yellow suit just in case I lose weight.
You looked really good in that, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Please.
thank you very
Yeah,
much.
he rocked it out.
Thank you. You got to stand out in the crowd, right, Mike? Because
right.
like your hair, like you. I mean, how old are you, man? How old are you?
56.
56. How do you keep the hair though? I mean,
It just keeps growing.
it's crazy. Do you use mousse at all, or you just let it
Yeah.
flow, bro?
Let it flow.
Nice.
You know, when I drove up here in my golf cart to keep the windshield down.
Did you
and
drive on the
get this
sidewalk?
nice little
No.
swing. No, I put Beach Talk Radio on the side of my golf cart. So
Nice.
So
Thank
when
you
we
very
drive
much.
no way I'm gonna get
Sidewalk.
busted on
Great.
that.
Thank you. Thank
There's
you.
no way I'm
Thank
going to
you.
get busted on that sidewalk
That's
again.
right. Thank you.
Big hand for Mike and Dawn, everybody, from the Whale
Thank
and
you.
Sandy Bottoms. We will see you guys Friday and Sunday.
Thank
Friday
you.
for the ribbon cutting and Sunday for the dunk tank. And before we get to our next guest here, you want to I know you got to go to the bathroom because you can't go the whole hour without going to the bathroom. I want to tell you about our sponsors. If you guys need to go, all the old people, if you need to go to the bathroom, go right ahead. Power Block Builders has over 35 years of structural experience, and they are completely local and supportive of rebuilding Fort Myers Beach. They have monthly Meet the Builder events to showcase the homes that are currently being built. And you can call them right now. Yeah, you know where they're sitting, right out in their car, right outside Margaritaville, waiting for you to call them at 239-849-1919. 239-849-1919. Thank you to Power Block Builders for sponsoring our show, along with Marketing 101. You know, sometimes you have a business and it just sits there and sucks up your time, makes no money. You don't want that to happen because, you know, then you have to file for bankruptcy, or you have to call your mom and ask your mom for money, or your father-in-law. And that's the worst thing, when you got to call your father-in-law and say, listen, I couldn't make the plan work because, you know, I got this business here, but it's just sitting here. Rather than calling your father-in-law, call Marketing 101 Advertising, because they have great ideas to make your business work. You want your business to work. Everybody wants to have a successful business. You don't want to die and say, I regret not having not sex. I don't want to regret not having that. I don't know how that came out, but you know what I mean. You don't want to die and not have a successful business. I almost said it again. So they might not help you with sex. They're going to help you with business. It's Marketing 101 Advertising. You never know what you're going to get if you buy an ad from us. And as long as Kim's not sitting next to me, it could be crazy. So give Marketing 101 Advertising a call. Janet is ready for you right now. And she's ready for marketing. Don't think she's ready for anything else that I just said. She's ready for marketing. And she's got a cell phone, and her number is 212. No, not 212. That's New York City. 216-496-4888. 216-496-4888. Marketing 101 Advertising. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. And here I am, sitting all by my lonesome. Let's see if I can figure out what to say. So the update, just so you all know, if you are just tuning in late, for all of our affiliates down the line, which there are none, we have no show tomorrow because it's Mother's Day, for crying out loud. And for all of you people that have a mother, you should take her out and pamper her, because someday you won't have a mother. And that feeling sucks, by the way, if you don't. So take your mother out and buy her some things that she doesn't need. Like when I buy Kim Christmas presents, she just takes them all back the next day. I save the receipts. I think they're the gifts that she wants, and she takes them back. I feel good because I bought something, and she feels good because she brought them back. So buy your mom something that she doesn't like or doesn't want. But she's your mom, for crying out loud. Buy her something. And then, so there's no show tomorrow, and then there's no show Saturday. So the next show will be next Sunday at Wahoo Willie's. But we're not done yet, folks, because we're going to continue the discussion about the rebuild of Fort Myers Beach. And before we do that, I want to reintroduce my fabulous wife of nearly 30 years who's going to Africa this year, Kimberly Rose Ryan. Yeah, thank you. Big hand for you. Got 0 hand right there.
It's Starkweather Ryan.
Oh,
it's
whatever.
not Rose Ryan.
I'll get it right someday.
Yeah. Our daughter's middle name is Rose. That's where you got confused.
Right now, we're going to introduce you to the prettiest new couple on Fort Myers Beach. From Red Viking Construction, Brent and Claudia. I'm not even going to try and say your last name until you tell us how to say it. From Red Viking Construction, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about some events they have coming up on the beach.
And
by the way,
your son's name, is it Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Yes.
And he also raced this
I
morning.
know he did race this morning.
We
And
might
did you
need
get
you to-
your medal?
we might need you to
He
scooch
forgot it
over a
in the
little
car.
bit.
I
Brent.
know, but he did get the medal, right?
Brent.
I heard that he heard his
We
name.
might need you to scooch over a little bit so
Yeah.
you're in the camera. That's all.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So these guys.
Well, wait. I want to
ahead.
say that their son got the model and a medal, and he heard his
Model?
name, but he was like, what I heard was that he was like, I don't know what they want me up there for. Is that what happened? So he was like, I'm not going.
No, there was a bunch of Gabriels and Gabriella, so he was
Oh.
confused. He's like, I don't know if
Gotcha.
they called me
My
or
name. Well, I'm glad you got your medal. You guys both ran a good race.
Thank you.
Thank
Did
you.
you run?
Great
No,
event.
I was at the finish line.
Yeah.
Someone
I was
needs to take a
support.
picture.
Why didn't you run?
Well, obviously, I'm a big guy, and I had played sports back in a long time ago, and the legs just don't work anymore.
I see. I
Hell
see.
yeah.
So
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I've been born and raised here. I mean, since not born here, but since when I was 40 years ago.
Perfect.
Listen, what did you say you are? 6'4"?
6'4".
Yeah, do
And
not
what-
touch
how much
his
you weigh?
microphone. Do
I'm
not
about
shove
to-
anything
right?
at
Yeah,
him.
he's over there
6'4".
pushing.
I want everybody to hear you though.
I hear you.
I'm going to kick you.
240.
6'4", 240. How many
Yes, sir.
push-ups can you do in 1 minute?
Oh man, I can't even count. To be honest with you.
No, seriously. Come on, bro.
Seriously, I just don't even do it.
You don't do
Yeah.
push-ups.
Well, I do push-ups, but I just don't count them.
Yeah. So if somebody were to ask you, not me, how many you could do in 1 minute, like, do you think you could do 100 in 1 minute?
Yeah, I'll stick around like the 50, 60 area.
50
There
or
you
60.
go.
There you go. Kind of an even number for it.
Gotcha.
Right.
So,
So tell us about Red
No,
Viking.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no,
here
no,
we
no,
go.
no, no, no.
Here we go.
God
Now-
forbid we move too far ahead.
yeah, we got it. She
I
doesn't
don't know
follow
if
the cue
you-
sheet. She doesn't
if
follow the cue
you-
sheet.
Listen to the
Listen,
first
I
interview.
live with the same thing
No,
going
we
on.
don't.
Here. We don't live with a cue sheet either.
So, Claudia, you came to the race today with an Ironman hat on. So
I did.
that means that you've done an Ironman is, let me try and remember what it is. It's 56 miles.
Nope.
It's 177
It's
miles.
112.
100. So it's 140 total. 140.6.
So
Yeah.
how do you break it down? I've already forgotten. 26
Two?
mile run,
Yes.
Yep.
2 mile swim,
2.4.
2.4 mile
And
swim,
then 112 mile bike.
112 mile bike.
Yes.
And so you did that.
Where did you do it? Where did you
I've
race?
done it in Nice. What else? Arizona, and then Panama City Beach.
Yeah.
And Penticton, Canada.
Wow.
And-
And
Brent-
then many halves.
Brent, how many Ironmans have you
Wait,
done?
I just want to ask, how long
Zero.
did it take you?
11 hours.
11
I'm
hours.
a cheerleader
hours.
at the end of it.
11 hours.
I think I
Yeah.
would finish in 16 hours.
11
if I
hours.
could finish
Is that-
alive.
In your is it in your age category? Is that where does
That's
that finish? Because
competitive.
those people are crazy.
Oh,
They're
I
all
was
crazy.
sponsored. I was sponsored.
Wow,
Yeah.
you get sponsored
so
for that.
I was sponsored. I'm a cancer survivor. So for
Oh.
me, it was like me fighting, you know what I mean? Me
Right.
letting myself know that I'm healthy and I'm
Yeah.
okay. You know, and then I can
So
do
did
anything.
you take
It was
up the Ironman after you
after
survived?
when I got sick, I was in the hospital and I said, I'm gonna beat this. I'm
Wow,
gonna
you
do
seem
Ironman.
so young
for
to
you.
be.
I was
have-
27 when it happened.
wow.
Oof.
After the towers. I was like, ah!
After the
the
Towers?
towers.
The towers,
It was
yeah.
5 years
Twin
after the towers fell. I was in New York City.
Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that
Cue
part of
in
it.
there.
So you
Well,
were
anytime somebody
so-
says towers, what do you think?
no, I know what that means,
I
but I don't know.
know.
I would
I
have guessed
mean-
you from Jersey too,
No.
man, or something like that.
No. Shut up, you guys. Shut up. No, I didn't hear you say. I didn't hear you guys say New York City. Like, well, how do you? Wait. So how would you were in New York City? What were you doing there?
I was a fashion buyer before. I was in design and
But you were close to the towers, obviously.
I lived in Greenwich Village. Yeah. So
Okay.
I came to see what was happening.
I see.
And the second tower fell.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So
Wow.
at what age do you decide to run your first Ironman?
I was 27 when I got
Okay,
diagnosed. So I was a
27.
marathon runner,
Okay.
but I never had the courage to. I never swam in my life.
Oh, I hate swimming.
That's the
I hate
hardest
swimming.
the
And
worst
if you
part.
don't
That is the
start,
hard
if you don't
part.
start when you're young, you're
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's when I'm like, I'm gonna just go for it.
Yeah.
And I go, I need to do something. I
It's
need to be
time
here.
consuming, though. I mean, how do you mix all that training with the job?
Oh,
it's
it's-
crazy because
Yeah.
you have
That's
to
all
train
you're
every
doing,
day.
is
That's
those
all you're
two things.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left New York, went to get my MBA, and
Yeah.
that's when I was
I have
able
an
to do
MBA
both.
too.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out what it is yet. I mean, but Brent, do you have an MBA?
No, I do not.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know what that stands for.
No,
MBA.
I
Do
got
you?
a
I
BA.
mean,
That's it. No MBA.
So
Yeah.
it should be an MBS, Master of Boo.
Master.
Oh, sorry, what?
wait, what was that?
The MBS, Master of BS.
I get it now. You see, all the important people now, once their part of the show is over, they're all standing back there not paying attention to this show. So they're never going to be invited again. The mayor and his friends, all that. So what was your best time for an Ironman?
Oh, it was like 11 something, 11:04, I believe.
Oh, you
Yeah.
were saying you got sponsored. Like,
Yes.
how do you get sponsored? I want to be sponsored. How do you get sponsored?
You gotta
Like,
be good looking, man.
all right, fair enough. I got you.
You gotta
Sorry.
put some muscle on.
I hear you.
Oh, gosh.
Your
You've
calves.
got some guns over
Yeah.
there, man. Look at that, dude.
Indeed.
So I'm totally
Getting
lost
the
now. I mean,
spoons
I don't
out.
know where we're going here. So are you done running the Ironmans, or
I am.
yeah.
I am. It's not safe
It's-
to ride your bike.
you know we're going to do
Tell me
Spartan?
about it.
Yeah,
I know.
I ran over by a car. I can't. Well, a commercial truck.
Okay, and you
It's fine.
survived
I
that. You
survived.
got
Yeah.
run over, but you got bumped. I hope not run
Well,
over.
it
Where
yeah,
was it? Down
in
here?
Park City, Utah.
Jeepers.
Really?
creepers.
Mm-hmm.
I love Park City.
Biking
but
is so
that's not
dangerous.
good.
That's why.
Training
That's
and
why
outfit.
Yeah.
Mayor bikers
Yes,
should be
yeah.
allowed
Yeah.
on the sidewalk for crying
That
out
helps,
That's
loud.
why you have
Yeah,
bike
yeah,
lanes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but even now with the bike lanes, nobody's paying
Well,
attention.
they're going
Yeah.
so fast when they race. I
Yeah.
mean, they go so fast.
Mhm.
You know.
Was
so-
it during a race that you got?
No.
Oh, okay,
No, I was
gotcha,
in training. No.
And then I don't recall that they have big bike lanes or any out there.
Oh, they do. They're pretty
Do
good
they?
with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty
Yeah.
good.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys,
like-
Red Viking. Tell us about Red Viking, man?
Red Viking Construction. This is
Dude,
strictly.
you got a freaking radio voice, big
I've
time.
been told
Holy
that many
moly.
times. Yeah, oh yeah. This is my second life going around. I was a fireman for 15 years.
We're at
Bayshore, North Fort Myers.
nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
So fireman, and then just traded, changed gears. Decided to go into construction. Went with my brother, renovations, and then decided to do new builds. Hurricane Ian hit, custom home background build, and then we ended up getting into modulars. So
Yeah.
modular builds is the faster way
Yeah.
to get home down here,
Especially right now.
especially right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Keys have picked it up first, and
Mhm.
now this is going to be the second wave over here.
So where do you build them and then you bring them down here, or you build them
They're built up in Georgia.
in Georgia?
Yeah,
With
so-
Affinity,
With
right?
Affinity,
Affinity,
right?
yeah, Lakeland.
Yeah.
Affinity is one of our sponsors, and
Yep.
every
Oh,
it seems like
wonderful.
every
Yep.
builder. We had Eidolon. We're
Yeah.
gonna have Eidolon. We go to their homes and we see them setting them the way they set them. It's incredible the way they do that. And then the relationship that the builders have with Affinity
Right.
is perfect for the residents on this beach. Talk
Exactly.
about that.
Exactly. I mean, you do have to have a relationship with Affinity, and they do treat you well. You
Yeah.
just got to be on the same page as they are, and vice versa. 100% into them. We went from custom homes to custom luxury modulars now. And like I said, it takes.
but-
Elevators, everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just incredible.
Right.
But it's important for people to know that it's not a flimsy home that you see on
I
the side
think-
of I-75 or
No, no,
something.
no,
It's
I
it
think-
looks like a real freaking house.
Well, I think what people do is they hear modular and
yes.
then they think
yes,
manufacturer.
that's
Right.
right.
And that is not at all the same. It's
No.
two different words, a very big difference in the product that you're putting out.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's FEMA approved,
Yeah.
and not only that, now they're building them energy efficient. So you're going to get money back, as far as like, in your bills, in your electric bills. It's
So the
impressive what they're going
windows,
to.
are they
they're gonna
solar? Do
seal
you have
it.
solar, or is it just like the windows and the
It's the
construction
way
of
that
it?
they're sealing the
Mhm.
modulars themselves, that they're going to be able to. This is coming in June, that they're going to be able to like save money and be energy efficient, net zero.
So,
it's
they're advancing in their technology just like we are.
Mhm.
You know, just from everything from saving
Evolving,
money.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, energy right now is just costing a lot of money for everybody.
Yep.
So if people that are watching or that are here that are still trying to figure out how to rebuild their homes because they're dealing with insurance or they're dealing with
Right.
all this crap that's going on down here, how should they contact you to say, okay, I want to start a conversation about how I can get a house?
Well, let me back you up a little bit. You're getting too far forward.
Well, I'm not trying to.
So, do you have
Come on,
like,
Kathy, give me some
do
help.
you
here.
have models? Do you have it? How would, if somebody was considering it and they contacted you, what could they see that you guys have?
So on May 23rd, we're going to have our set event. So the houses are coming down and they're going to be set on May 23rd, and you can experience the whole.
How do they come down? Like on a big truck?
Yeah, they come down. Yeah, they trailer them down.
Yeah, we've had
Like
some,
wide load.
Right.
Wide
I mean,
load,
You've had a couple sets already
exactly.
down here, so
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
they come down
we've had some
trailers.
video of it.
Right.
Oh my Lord. And it's so sexy. You see
Yeah.
the crane, put everything up in one day. It's
I
like
wouldn't call
a
it sexy.
sexy
I think
crane.
I would
it's
call
sexy
it-
crane. I
that's-
mean, it's like,
I guess if you're in that business, it's sexy.
It is.
yes,
Well,
yes.
when
I
you finally
guess-
when you finally get people
I gotta
home,
put a
I mean, that's
bikini
what
Yeah.
on
comes
that
down.
crane and be like,
But,
woo,
but,
woo.
but what's cool,
Sorry.
cranes are sexy.
Castles on the crane.
I guess you guys didn't know cranes are sexy.
Hey,
But-
whatever works.
What
It's
is
getting
that
people
song?
home.
I think my
No.
pickup sex.
Yeah, but when
I'm sexy and I know it.
So that's another one too.
when you watch those guys work off that truck, it's only like 6 or 8 guys that are flipping a house. They're flipping a house with straps,
Right.
taking it off the trailer, and they're setting it right on whatever was pre-built on the ground, and they're plopping it right on there, and then they're just kind of nudging it this way, nudging it that way. It's amazing that these guys, and then they're smoking a cigarette in between.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they've got it. No, seriously, they've got it down like it's a casual thing for them. It's not a big deal.
Right. It's not. You know, and when they know their job. You know, that's
Yeah.
their job
Yeah.
to do. You know, so.
And then the house is there, and you're like scooty booting right into it right after.
I
soon
mean, the
after,
crane's
right?
on site for about probably 4 or 6 hours, and then it's off, and then now you just button it up. You
Yeah.
know, so it's
Yeah.
about 80% done by the time it comes down.
Right,
More.
right.
You know?
And we got,
Right.
I think we got a tour of one a couple weeks ago, and it looks like a normal house.
You can't
and,
tell.
and it really is amazing how far things have come with
I
that
agree.
word.
Right.
And
You
what are
can't
you doing?
can't tell the difference. I mean, if you did not know it was a modular home and
Right.
you walk through it and you experience it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's incredible that it's not what you think. It's like you said,
Right,
as soon as
right.
you hear that word, it's
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like nothing against manufactured homes, but the walls are pretty thin and shaky. I'm
Right.
Right.
Yeah. This is
Exactly.
not that.
So, what is the fastest mile you've ever run?
Oh my Lord.
Well, today you kicked butt.
Oh
Yeah, you didn't
I went
even
to-
run with your son. You left him in the dust. I mean, I thought that was kind of.
You guys start
They
together.
came
and then
together,
I
we're gonna
saw
run
you
together, and I-
finish, and I was like,
good luck.
He was like, "Mom, where'd you go?"
Bye.
No more tears. No.
No, he was fine. He was fine. He did a great job.
He really did.
Yeah, yeah.
So he signed up for the
He is
1
not
mile.
happy
Yeah.
about that.
And then
And
he
he was
decided,
like, "Mama, you can't one up me."
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, so he's
Gotta
like,
run the
"All
5K."
all right." And he did, and he finished, and he third
so
place.
the fastest
Yep.
mile I've ever run has
I don't know. I'm
cut
my
the
long
crap.
distance.
Oh, cut the crap.
Right.
My
You-
fastest marathon's been 3:20.
no, I asked you how fast
Wow.
your fastest mile was.
Well,
You think he's
Oh,
gonna?
is that
He's
something?
gonna. He's about to
Yeah,
answer
six.
for you.
It's like-
Well, it's the
like
same as push-ups. You know, you just kind of give a range.
Yeah,
right.
What
Give
is
a
your-
range.
what is
What's
your-
range?
Oh,
Six
yeah,
something,
like
she
six,
said.
six, oh,
Yeah.
five,
What is your
6:20?
fastest mile?
Shit.
30 minutes.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
One day.
30 minutes. Holy moly!
Back in the baseball days, that was a little faster.
You play?
Yeah.
Did you play professional baseball?
No, I didn't play professional.
Oh,
went
I
to,
see.
yeah,
Well,
college.
you made it sound like you did. I mean,
No,
you made it. You made it sound like you're a
Where did you
professional.
go to college?
He's got an MBS.
FSU. yeah, exactly.
And FSU doesn't even have a
Yeah, she
baseball
responds
team.
right for me.
I see that.
So, do you guys have more business coming up on the island that people can kind of take a look at? The first set is going to be. Tell us again where the first
it's
set's
on
going to
Shell Mound. So
be. Shell Mound.
3597 Shell Mound. So it's Connecticut and Shell Mound. And then we have 4830 Coral Road on May 30th
Nice.
coming down as well. And that's going to be a beautiful beast.
And you guys built
She's
the base of what's
The
going to be
foundation.
right. So
Correct.
what do you build on the bottom? Breakaway walls, or what is it
Some
down the
call for
bottom?
breakaway walls. Some, they don't. But you can have open. You can have enclosed.
Yeah.
So it depends on what your flavor is and how much you're willing to spend.
Yeah.
Right.
So the house on Shell Mound is gonna. What's the? I mean, are you allowed to say what's the cost of the house on Shell Mound?
Oh well, man.
I know they're going to
You
be all
answer that one,
different.
baby.
Aye.
We're gonna give you a range.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
give us a range. Yeah, people want to know. Seriously.
Right. The range between these houses is between, honestly, 200 and 250 a square foot. For custom homes built, you're looking at almost 450 to 500 a square foot. So it's about
big
half.
difference.
It's about half the price of these things, right?
Now, are you building houses for people that are going to live in the homes, or are they rentals?
Oh no,
They're
we're
living
getting
there. These are all
Cool.
residents.
So this first one is going to be a tearjerker for me. Like, these women have been waiting to be home
Right.
for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
So it's when you're building with somebody, I feel like you develop a relationship. It's more than
It is a relationship.
it is. You're like in a committed relationship.
Are you
know what
allowed
I
to
mean?
say the
It's
names?
not a
Because
one-night stand.
everybody knows.
It's a
I'm sure
long-term
everybody will know who they are.
Kim
Correct.
and Lori. So,
Yes. Yeah. Steel and Carol. This was our first one that we
Nice.
decided.
I mean, honestly,
If you know Lonnie Letary, he owns Bella Signs. I mean, he's kind of like the governor down here, is what I call him. But he got.
I thought I was the governor down here, but what do I know?
I know.
No, so seriously,
No.
I didn't hear about you guys until you guys contacted us like last week or the last 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, how did you get involved in Fort Myers Beach?
through Lonnie.
Yeah.
It just
Okay.
kind of organically
Cool.
happened, and it was like, this makes sense. And we dropped everything else we were doing on Fort Myers proper. And I'm like, this is
Okay.
it. We need to get you guys home.
Yeah.
This is necessary. I can't believe it's taken this long, but
Yeah.
that's
Again,
what we're here for.
It's a faster way of getting home down
Mhm.
here. It really is. You have to have the right contractor and the right relationship
Right.
to move forward and faster.
Yeah.
When
Uh,
someone does a home through you, then they're picking out all their finishes
All
and the
the
whole
core
nine yards. Like, is it
selections,
turnkey?
everything.
Okay.
Everything.
What I like, it's a family business that you guys have.
Mhm.
The
Absolutely.
problem, some of the challenges that people on Fort Myers Beach is they've been hit with so much crap over the last 20 months. They don't know who to trust. When you get people that come in and say they're going to help and they want to help, you got contractors and you got builders that make it sound great. And then it doesn't
Yeah.
turn out in the greatest
take
way.
your
So we
money.
just
Yeah.
hope that everybody that's rebuilding their home can find somebody that they can trust, because we just want them to get back in their home and be
Right.
happy again,
Right.
because it's been so devastating for the last 20 months.
Oh, horrendous. And people are taking their money and they're waiting and waiting and waiting. It's not,
Yeah.
we're
Or
very,
taking their money and running.
running.
Right.
and
It's not
Yeah.
fair to them at all.
Yeah.
No.
And that's where you lose trust in the contractors. And that's what, like I said, we're locals and we were here to stay. And we love Fort
Absolutely.
Myers Beach, and that's where we're going to be ended up moving to.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sweet.
We like it
Yes,
down here.
we love it.
really
We
do.
love the energy. We love the people. It's real. It's home.
Oh yeah.
you
It's
know?
it's a great big family. I mean, look at how
Yeah.
crazy these people
Yeah.
are coming out to see this goofy show. So, well, thank you guys.
Put your information
Yes, put it out there. Let everybody know how they
yeah.
can contact you.
So redvikingconstruction.com, and we're here to get you home. And any question you may have, you can call him 239-699-4536.
And we will try and get out there when you do the set, which is
May
what's-
23rd.
May 23rd.
May 23rd will be our first one on
Shell Mound.
Shell Mound, and then the second one on the 30th of May.
And that's when you see the houses being taken
That's
off
when you
the
see that's when
trailer.
you see the sexy crane.
The sexy time.
that is. I mean, it's amazing how interesting that is to people that watch that.
Yeah.
Okay, these people are getting a new
Beautiful.
home. They're
And
getting a
one
new
day
home.
You see a
In
home
one
go
day,
up.
right,
Yes.
right.
Oh my lord! And you see
Exactly.
this, you know what I mean? Like it, it's
Yeah, that is the thing.
Awesome.
In one day.
Thank you guys for coming, and
Thank
thanks for
you
coming
so
and
very
registering
much.
for
Doing
the
the
race.
race.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations for
Appreciate you both
winning.
very
no,
much.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Big hand for our
much.
friends from Red Construction, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Are you going to do some push-ups now?
No,
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
kick my
Can I see a
ass. That guy will
competition?
kick my ass right there. Jeepers creepers. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
There you go. Alex King is also a sponsor of ours. If you're looking for
Dear,
property,
I think you shouldn't have even stepped foot into that arena.
he's 240. He outweighs me by 60 pounds, and
He's
he could
gotta
probably
he's got to push that weight
he
up.
could probably crush my head with
He
one
could.
hand
It's
like
a
a
good thing
grape.
you were like
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
respectful.
Well, yeah. Alex King, everybody. If you want to buy property, you want to sell property, you want to call Alex King. You know who Alex King is. He's Mr. Community, Mr. Croc of the community. They did this thing where you gamble. What do you call the gambling thing? They get the gambling thing. Casino night. Yeah, thanks. At Diamond Head. And Alex King was like the main sponsor. Like the guy's got a foundation where he just throws money at Fort Myers Beach, which is really cool. And he throws money at us and sponsors our show, which is really cool. And what we want you to do is throw money back at him. You see, as the circle works, we all throw money at each other and we die without any money. I mean, what good is it to die with money? Nobody wants to die with money. I mean, give it to your kids and your ex-wife. I mean, your wife. She didn't hear that, did she? But give Alex King a call. Have you ever met Alex King's wife? Man, that lady is a fire plug right there. She doesn't put up with any shit. That's why her and Kim get along so well. By the way, tomorrow's Mother's Day, everybody. So make sure you take care of your mom. Because, you know, you only get one mom in life. I mean, I get her mom. I think that's a good thing. Is it a good thing? I'm trying to figure that out. Someday she may be living with us. That might not be a good thing. Oh, boy. Here we go. Alex King, ladies and gentlemen, is our sponsor for today. 239-219-0336. 239. Wait. Yeah, 219-0336. So yesterday, Kim, speaking of a Mother's Day, and we'll go on a high note here. She went down to see our daughter, who is now going to be 27 next weekend. She's going to be 27.
Can't believe that.
And she's running a Spartan race with us. How crazy is that? With her boyfriend, who better know how to climb a rope. So you guys, what happened last night when you got together? She got you a nice card. She got you nice gifts.
A beautiful card
Yes.
and a beautiful framed
Yes.
picture of all of us hanging out.
Yeah.
And we made our plan for Sunday.
What is the plan for Sunday?
We're gonna go for a walk because I love hiking, and so
I love going for a walk.
No, you don't.
I love walking.
We love getting out in nature, and then we're gonna go get coffee, maybe a little.
Oh, that
brunch.
sounds like such an exciting adventure.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, tonight at 7:00, the Rangers are up 3-0.
You'll never make it that
at 7:00. So we'll be watching.
You'll be asleep by then.
Thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for coming to the race. Thank you all for taking Mother's Day off. And we will be back next Sunday live from Wahoo Willie's with that guy, your mayor right there. Have a great Mother's Day and enjoy this weekend. Thank you and bye-bye.